What is it anyway?
It's a woodworking show. I think that's what the W stands for.
I feel like it would be better, because we're not even exhibiting there, just to focus on Paris.
Well, what if there's somebody else there with our machine?
We are on our way to Birmingham for the W.Exhibition, which is the national show for the joinery and kitchen furniture industry. It just sounded like a good idea to go, even though we're not exhibiting. We want to see what's out there at the moment, what kind of technology people are working with. So that will be interesting. Meeting a few people, getting a few ideas. Just go talk to people and have coffee.
I can't wait to see new machines because I'm a machine guy. Machines are exciting. I love machines. I love machines, and I want to see what everybody else is doing. That's what I want to do. In factories around the world, you've got CNC machines which are routing out pieces of wood all over the place. They're very, very fast, and they basically process sheet wood, cut it out using a router, and then quickly spit it out and get a whole new sheet material in and start cutting new parts. What we've got behind us now is a typical CNC router that would be housed in a factory, and it would be a workhorse. It would be knocking out pieces of wood, cutting the designs. For example, IKEA making flat pack furniture, and it would be working 24/7. So this is a great example of how our world is built.
I'm John, you've done this before. Yeah. So can we ask you about your machine now?
Yeah, sure. We've got a CNC flatbed machine, and basically we can cut anything that you would cut with a normal hand router. Right. Here on the machine today we've got a little toolbox that we're making for charity.
Sweet.
Vacuum bed.
Right.
So the material's held down on the machine.
Yeah.
Can't move. Dust extraction on the machine, all built in, and the cabinet that the machine sits in makes it all really safe. You can't touch the tool whilst it's rotating.
Cool.
So if you open the door, everything stops.
Right, okay.
And you'd be surprised how many machines do have that problem.
How heavy is this?
This here we're looking at 800 kilos. You know, this is your workshop machine.
Okay.
It's a solid steel construction on the base, all welded.
But it's great if you've got a unit, a factory.
That's it. You can sell a lot into education. Education, yeah. So,
Pip from Festal, who's going to tell us a little bit more about the company. Pip?
So people see Festal as a benchmark for being clean and also for making life easier while you work. If you're working easy, that means you're working more relaxed, and therefore you're making better use of your labour time. You make better use of your labour time, everybody is then happy. And that's a big advantage of working with Festal, because you don't become frustrated with what you're using, and therefore you're more efficient. It's as simple as that.
This is Korean solid surface, as you can see. You've got this complete change of colour, but there is no join you can feel there at all. Completely smooth, amazing stuff.
So Korean is, it's a blend of acrylic and aluminium trihydrate. So it's 1/3 acrylic and 2/3 aluminium trihydrate. The aluminium trihydrate is a byproduct of bauxite.
What is so good about Corian?
Okay, it's this adaptability, what you can actually do with Corian. You can heat it, you can bend it, you can shape it. This is all Corian, so this is a flat sheet, which has been heated and then bent round to make into any form, any shape.
I mean, can you give me an example of practically what would have this design? Because a hob wouldn't.
So a hob wouldn't. So a kitchen design, sometimes a kitchen design would have a basic element of bending, where you came along and you wanted to bring it down to a slab end to the floor, onto that. Where it's used more now is, to the advantage of this, is in reception desks, without any visible joints.
Yeah.
So you want something that's meaningful and flowing, so it doesn't have any obvious joints anywhere.
John, can I ask your advice? We're a new company in this space. I mean,
Tell me about your product.
A little bit cliche, but I think we're sort of new kids on the block here because we're coming at it from an angle which is merging two distinct sides. We've got the factory-driven, big, huge, heavyweight industrial workhorses, and then we've got the hand tools, and we're trying to come up with something which brings those two together such that CNC routing can be done on site.
I think bringing them together is not the right phrase. I think you're providing another option that's slam in the middle.
Yeah, okay.
You're providing a whole flexible, easier, man in a van can pack it up, get it, go and be a CNC guy in the space he's working in, shop fitting for instance.
Yeah.
One guy in a van can run his show and can have a high production value, high quality, repeatable, programmable work. So that would be pretty cool.
So if it was, I mean, you've been in this space a long time and you've clearly going to talk to everybody in it. What advice would you give to us as people who are just literally starting out in this sector with this kind of product?
So you've got to be careful with the pennies, but I'd start with this. I'd start with getting some press releases out to the trade press. And there's, because you're spanning quite a lot of options, you can go to the shop fitting guys separately. We're a general furniture and joinery company, magazine, brand, title.
Yeah.
So we're specifically in that space. Same with, there's 30,000 joinery businesses in the UK. That's why we try very hard with our social and all the rest. Show me. Very abstract at the moment. I'm imagining the sort of Meccano thing with a little engine in it. Yeah, I'm sure we can find plenty of angles to work together really in the different ways. The logo's top drawer.
Ah, cool, thank you.
Nice.
Cheers.
It doesn't look like a Yeti, it looks like a gorilla, but there you go.
So we just talked to an undercover guy.
Yeah, basically he's kind of feels out the industry. He goes around all the stands and sees everything out there, gets a feel for just where the market and where the industry is at the moment, and then reports that back.
To find him is like gold. I mean, how cool was that?
Pretty good. I feel like we won. That is so valuable, and also he kind of gave us not tips, but
We can convince him.
yeah.
Well, not convince him, but demonstrate to him that it's worthwhile, then it is worthwhile.
Yeah.
Should have done all this recording here.
We really should have. So today, I talked to a lot of cool people. Thought it would be lost on me. I thought there was going to be a lot of technical jargon. I thought there was going to be a lot of machines where I didn't know what they meant or what they were. But actually it was all CNC, and I think I have a better grasp of it than I thought I did. Most importantly, everything I've learned so far about CNC, about routing, about our market basically, the people we want to make Smart Bench for, has been from the Yeti team, which is comprised of 3 guys who have been telling me what routing is, how to do it, what CNCs are, why Smart Bench is a better CNC for what we want. Seeing it today was me understanding it in practice, and I saw those big CNC machines. I think they look cool, the technology's there, but they are massive, and they're like 30 grand was the cheapest I think I heard, and that's a lot of money, and it's so not accessible for any one that we are kind of aiming at the moment.
The thing was that we didn't see anything that even came close to what we're doing in terms of bringing factory routing and mobile routing together, and everybody that we talked to got it, and we're really excited by it. I'm pretty wiped out actually. I don't know about you, but there were a lot of I don't know what I think. What do you think? Bye. Like it if you did. Subscribe if you want to see us grow.
And we'll see you next time.
Cheers, guys.
I feel like a
See you soon.
newsreader. I keep doing this.